Man, let's talk about this, man. People are not very bright. They're just not bright, man. I see using your regular knowledge just don't work. Pablo Escobar, salute. That don't work around these parts, man. You know what, man? I used to say to myself is different from watching the Akbar salute. My people's is different from those they claim to be the Pacquiao fans and the Joshua fans that are unreasonable, right? They don't get it. Mike Biggs boxing salute, right? Joshua fans are unreasonable. Pacquiao fans are not reasonable. They're not realistic. And the worst part, what happens is you realize is that your own people don't be realistic either. That's what happens. That's what happens, man. Salute, Mike Biggs. Who we got? Troop Arlene, salute. Salute, man. I just want to talk about this for a few minutes. Because I see, I made a video about this situation with Charlo and Troop Arlene, salute. I made a video about Charlo and Tony Harrison, right? And boys, people upset, boy. Salute the new bird. Boys, people upset, man. Boy, they upset. How could you make a video about that? How could you? This would be the same people, the very same people that if Eric James salute, exactly. This would be the same people if for some reason, for some odd reason, or some weird way, let's say, and I don't even like to put that in the universe, but let's say this was against Errol Spence, this was against Deontay Wilder, and they lost. This was against Terrence Crawford. This was against Floyd Mayweather. This was against one of their favorite fighters, right? Oh, they will be screaming foul. Everybody be screaming foul. AD, salute. Everybody. Oh, this is foul play. I knew it. I knew it was something up. I knew something was up because it's their favorite fighter. Because Tony Harrison ain't nobody's favorite fighter. Tony Harrison is not nobody's favorite fighter, and they don't perceive him the same way they perceive Jermell Charlo, right? Then guess what happens? Guess what happens? Oh, how could he say this? It's simple and plain. The bottle shouldn't have been used. Period. Don't try to justify a situation you wasn't even in. You wasn't in the ring with Tony Harrison taking those punches. You wasn't in the ring with Jermell Charlo. And I'm not saying Jermell Charlo was guilty or not. Because like I said, but see, people is hard pressed to understand exactly what I said because they ain't listened to the video. They only they they only they didn't listen to the video. They only saw the title. And what I was saying in the title was this, right? The accusations make him look bad because there's no way to prove otherwise. And so, regardless if it was Gatorade in the bottle, I don't care if it was Sobe water in the bottle, it wasn't supposed to be used. Simple and plain. There's a reasoning for not being able to use these things. Now, I don't get why you can't drink Gatorade. They drink Gatorade in a basketball game. They drink Gatorade in a football game. They drink Gatorade in a hockey game. They drink Gatorade in a tennis match. They drink Gatorade in anything else, any other sport, college football, college baseball. Right? They drink Gatorade for all these things. So I don't understand why is it illegal? Willie Suggs, salute. So my point is not if he would have lost or not. Who cares about that? That's not the point. And if people are too how you call it bland minded to understand that, then that's a you problem, not a us problem, not a we problem, and definitely not a me problem. If you can't understand what went wrong, it has nothing to do with if he. I don't think Jermell Charlo was using any advantage. I don't think Jermell Charlo goes that route. I believe Jermell Charlo works hard. That's not where I was getting at. If you misunderstood where I was getting at, that's a you problem. Because you were so quick to judge and say, oh, he didn't do that. Or Tony Harrison just a sore loser. No, he ain't just a sore loser. What are you talking about? He's just a sore loser. How could he just be a sore loser? When he brought up something that's a fact. You can't use a green water bottle in the fight. Period. Don't tell me he's a sore loser now. It's just like anybody else that don't get caught with illegal hand wraps after the fight. You can say they're a sore loser. And I'm not comparing his situation. I'm just talking about after the fact. Oh, he's a sore loser. So Miguel Cotto was just a sore loser after the fight with Margarito, the first fight, right? He was just a sore loser. Because guess what? Regardless of what we assume and what we think, nobody actually proved the first fight with Miguel Cotto and Margarito was that Margarito was using an advantage. Facts. Nobody ever proved that any of these fighters that tested positive for any types of performance enhancing drugs was using it in their prior fights. How could you prove that? You don't know. You don't know. I see people going in there. Oh, I can't believe Blue Blood actually made a video about that. I'm a news reporter. Newsflash. What are you talking about? Oh, Tony Harrison just a sore loser. No, he ain't just a sore loser. He proven fact. That you don't know what's in the bottle, so stop acting like you do. It just sounds utterly ridiculous to tell people you knew what was in the water bottle. Nobody know what was in the water bottle. Period. Nobody. Can anybody guarantee me and tell me what was in the water bottle? Anybody that's talking, running their jibs, that wasn't in the ring with Tony Harrison, wasn't in the ring with Jermell Charlo, gonna tell Tony Harrison what was in the bottle. Just take your L and go with it. Look, you sound utterly ridiculous. You don't know what was in the water bottle. Nobody knows what was in the water bottle. That's why I said it's a cloud over Jermell Charlo, because you can never prove what actually took place. Hey, get this dude out of here, man. Yeah, talking about you couldn't wait till you get out. What you talking about, man? This is real and uncut here, brother. Do what I want when I want. Understand that. You don't like it, go watch somebody else. I know what to tell you, man. I do it studio style. I do it in here if I so choose. That's why I feel like doing it. Because I ain't been on here long. And anyway, Tony Harrison can feel how he wants because he was and say what he wants because he's the one that risked his life in the ring, not nobody else. So when I see people talking about he a sore loser, that's ridiculous. The point of the fact of the matter is this, is that should have never been used, and he can never say nothing about it. Period. Period. If he never used it, Tony Harrison could never say nothing about it. So how could he be a sore loser when he's the one in the ring risking his life? Well, how you sound? How do people sound? Oh, Tony Harrison should just take the L and go with it because he took a loss. He got knocked out. Okay, so guess what? He could also say he wasn't able to knock me out the first time. Just like Eric Morales made accusations that Manny Pacquiao, after he beat him the first fight, Manny Pacquiao beat Eric Morales the first fight. Eric Morales said Manny Pacquiao wasn't the same fighter the second time around when Manny Pacquiao knocked him out. So Tony Harrison could say, well, guess what? His punching power wasn't the same as the first time when I beat him. He wasn't able to knock me out. And now all of a sudden, the second time he was able to knock me out. I'm hearing people say, well, Tony Harrison got to eat that because he was knocked out before. What does that mean? What that mean? What that mean? That sounds ridiculous. It's just like, that's like Timothy Bradley saying, well, you know, Manny Pacquiao, I wasn't able to knock him out. And I should have been able to knock him out because he was knocked out before. So he was on something. What are you talking about? So because Tony Harrison was knocked out by Hurd, because Tony Harrison was knocked out by Willie Monroe, what's the name, Willie Nelson, then that automatically assumed that he should have been knocked out by Jermell Charlo as well? I mean, what are we talking about here? I'm confused. And I picked Jermell Charlo. I thought he won the first fight. And I thought he was going to win the second fight. I thought he was cheating in the first fight. I thought the judges picked the wrong guy. Had the wrong guy. Period. New Fat Boy Fitness. Salute. I see you, King. I thought the judges picked the wrong guy in the first fight. So I had him win in the first fight. So people quick that don't even know what I picked. Don't even know and then if you was here and knew who I picked and knew what I said, then you should be ashamed of yourself. But then you get other people that don't know what I picked, don't know nothing about how I feel about Jermell and Jamal Charlo, and they just come in making assumptions because it's their favorite fighter, and they don't want no slack against their favorite fighter. That's what it be. That's what it be. They don't want no slack against their favorite fighter. That's what it be. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. Everybody wanna dictate how people should feel, what they should feel, what they should say, all of that, man. You understand me, right? This is my point of doing this live stream. Stop telling people what to think, how to think, and all that, man. Stop telling people Tony Harrison don't have to think. Don't. Tony Harrison is in the fighter that's in the fight. Y'all trying to tell Tony Harrison, man, we got 150 people here, man. Smash the like button, man. We got 150 people here. We don't even have 50 likes. Man, smash the like button. So anyway, man. Anyway, Taco K, salute. So Jeremy King, salute. So here's the thing, right? If Tony Harrison was in the fight, this is his fight. He was boxing, not you, not me. It's Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo. If Tony Harrison picked up on something that took place in the ring that was illegal in his rule book, D Solo 2009, salute. Sir Flame, salute. John Freeman, Heartless Productions, Carnell Mills, Boxing Brain 187, Tex Rock, salute. Chen Smoke, H-Town 713, salute. Adari T, salute. If Tony Harrison was in the ring and he picked up on something that he deemed to be illegal in the fight, who are we to say that he should just take the L and go away quietly? When he's the one that put his life on the line for the entertainment. G Roman, salute. Ruman, salute. Sherman Callahan, salute. Omega Dean 96. Iffin, salute. Trigger Happy, salute. Federal 6, salute. Chris Dubb, salute. Sleepy Sleep, salute. So let's stop saying that. Sammy Curitan, Box Conversation, my brother Reggie Owens, salute. JMJ 2121, salute. I'm a huge fan of Jermell and Jamal Charlo. What I said was in my video, if anybody actually thought about it and think and actually listen to the video, they ain't listen to it. They just comment. All they saw was the title and comment. Oh, P Money, salute. They saw the comment, True Barleen, salute. They saw the title and then commented. George Hawkins, salute. Jonathan Hawkins, salute. I didn't say, I said that he gonna have a black cloud because it's no way to prove that his innocence. Pay attention, people. And you can't knock Tony Harrison for feeling the way he feel when he was the one that's in the ring and putting his life on the line. Not you. How you want to tell that man to he give you entertainment, 2 entertaining fights, and then he give you 2 entertaining fights, and then you gonna tell him that he was knocked out. What are you talking about? Okay, so because he was knocked out, so see, you're not even paying attention. So what you're doing is you're giving Tony Harrison legitimacy because Tony Harrison could turn around and say, well, he wasn't able to knock me out the first time. Now he was able to knock me out in the second fight. So he could say, quote unquote, oh, well, that was because he had an unfair advantage. Huh? Y'all not paying attention, man. Salute to my brother BFTB Boxer in the super chat. He said the legend, Gravedigger. That's my brother right there, man. And we're gonna link up soon as you able to, King. So how we got it. Roy Babineau, salute. I wasn't even gonna do a topic on this, but I just see too many comments, just too outrageous. Woolback, salute. Because real rap, salute. Because real, salute. If this was any one of y'all's favorite fighter. If this was Deontay, if this was Errol, if this was Terrence, if this was any one of y'all favorite fighters, let this have been. Imagine this. See, this is what people don't do. Put the shoe on the other foot. J Real Live, salute. Raider Time, salute in the super chat. He says salute, Blue Bird in chat. If Deontay fought Anthony Joshua, and at the fight later on, we see at the 4th round, Anthony Joshua mysteriously switches the water bottle. Now I ain't even pay that close attention, but Tony Harrison is the fighter. He's the opponent. He's the person that's in the ring. If Tony Harrison paid that close attention, kudos to Tony Harrison. Who could blame that man for paying attention? Salute to my brother Mike Biggs Boxer in the super chat. People, what if the shoe was on the other foot and Charlo got KO? And Charlo is the accusing Harrison of the same thing. What would you do? Exactly. Salute to my brother Mike Biggs Boxer. Everybody would be in here in a fissy, man. Everybody would be all in all uptight. JC, salute. Everybody would be screaming, oh, it need to be a trilogy. He need to be stripped. This is what everybody would be saying. Imagine this. Imagine this. I ain't gonna put that in the energy with Deontay. Let's say Errol Spence was in the ring with Terrence Crawford. Everybody be in the uproar. He was in the fight with Terrence Crawford, Napoleon Armstrong, salute. And Terrence Crawford was using a water bottle, or vice versa. Because see, I'm using Errol and Terrence Crawford because majority of my people are split Errol and Terrence, right? So let's say the other one was using a water bottle. All of a sudden, mysteriously, in the fourth round, like they said, I didn't see it, so y'all didn't listen to the video and what I was saying. Just made assumptions. Roy Bamino said 2 months later. Yeah, it don't matter how long it was. It could be a year later. Tony Harrison is the one that caught it. Not a fan. Not his team. He was the one that caught it. So it don't matter. There's no statute of limitation on when he finds it because he's the one that risked his life. So if he realized that he was using something that he wasn't supposed to 2 years from now, then he could bring it up because he was the one that traded leather with Jermell Charlo. He's the one that put his life on the line. He's the one that felt like he followed every rule to a T and his opponent didn't. Period. So there's no statute of limitation to when Tony Harrison chooses to bring something up. Y'all need to get away from that, man. So here's the thing, like I was saying, if Errol or Terrence lost to one another when they fight this big fight, and then all of a sudden the person that lost realizes, hey man, this dude, you only supposed to use a clear water bottle. And this dude was using a water bottle, a Gatorade bottle that I couldn't see what was in it. I couldn't see the substance in it. Don't make assumptions. See, I see people here sitting there talking about, oh, well, it didn't matter what he was drinking. It was just Gatorade. Why? Because the bottle said Gatorade? Man, listen, how many people go to clubs and put stuff in bottles that's not actually what's in the bottles? How many people go to events and put stuff in bottles that's not what actually in bottles? How many people go to the movie theater and put stuff in water bottles that's not what's it's not Poland Spring in there? I ain't never seen brown Poland Spring. I ain't never seen brown Poland Spring. Salute to Big Bull in the super chat. I've watched so many fights and people have used different colored water bottles. De La Hoya, Triple G, Canelo, Fury, and Spence have used colored water bottles. Okay, now let me I'm glad you said that, right? 3 out of the 5 that you just mentioned, Big Bull, and salute to you in the super chat. 3 out of the 5 that you mentioned, was caught doing something illegal. So let's talk about it. Cars Cash Reward, salute. Mike Brewington, salute. 3 out of 5 you just mentioned were caught trying to get an unfair advantage. So let's talk about it. So we assuming, right, because it's the water bottle said Gatorade, that it was Gatorade. What? So let me tell y'all something, right? Adari T, you don't know what you're talking about, and you just sound silly. Stop! Don't do that. You above that. Don't tell me. Don't come in and say Oscar De La Hoya used the colored water bottle against Floyd. Harrison looks like a clown. Why Harrison look like a clown? Adari T, was you in there with Jermell Charlo, Queen? And peace and blessings to you, Queen. But was you in there with Jermell Charlo? You just caping because you're a fan of Jermell Charlo. Was you in there with Jermell Charlo exchanging leather and put your life on the line? Were you in there? You just said that. You said Oscar De La Hoya used a bottle in a fight with Floyd. So you're assuming, right, that he used a bottle. Listen, all right, Adari T, see, this is what I'm saying. That what happens is that's like insulting me. So you're saying that I didn't say he used a colored water bottle. You just said Oscar De La Hoya used a bottle in his fight with Floyd. So you're assuming he used a similar bottle than the bottle that Jermell Charlo used, right? If not, then why make mention of it? If then you say, well, I never said the bottle was colored. So why make mention of him using the bottle in the fight with Floyd if you're not making mention, if you're not using it as a reference to the bottle that we're talking about? Period. That makes listen. Stop saying that. So here's the thing again. And Grand Rising to the Queen and Dory T. So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. He 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 used the water bottle, then he stopped using the water bottle. Period. Regardless if I think it was foul play or not. The point of the matter is his opponent, who's Tony Harrison, feels like it's foul play. Me personally, I don't feel like I see Jermell Charlo working hard. I see Jermell Charlo grinding. I don't see that from Jermell Charlo. It don't matter, Dorothy. It doesn't matter if bottles were used before or prior. Some states, some cities, some boxing commissions allow certain things that other boxing commissions don't. So regardless of what you think or what you think they should use in certain boxing, okay, for instance, I could give you another example, right? Certain sanction bodies, the WBC doesn't have a same day weigh-in. The next day weigh-in, 10-pound rehydration clause, like the IBF. So what you saying? So you're supposed to be able to be like, well, I did this because the WBC don't have this rule. So what? The IBF and the WBC is different. California rules are different from New York rules. New York rules are different from Las Vegas rules. It don't matter what you think. The fact of the matter is this: rules are rules in certain places. Period. So if you could in New York, you may be able to use a Gatorade bottle. In the Caleb Plant fighting in Memphis, right? He might not be able to use a Gatorade bottle. In Las Vegas, you may be able to use a whatever bottle. Rules are rules. Don't try to bend the rules to fit your liking it. Salute the big boy in the super chat once again. All kinds of boxes use colored water bottles. AJ Rigo and more. Those are just the guys I looked at this morning. There isn't a rule against the bottle. There is a rule against the bottle. Salute to you in the super chat. Kenny Lindo said rules are rules. Tony Harrison is saying that you can't use the water bottle in the fight. You're supposed to only use clear water bottle. That's what he said. So if the rules are you can only use a clear water bottle so they can see the substance in the bottle, then you can't use a colored water bottle. Period. Simple. Don't tell me what somebody else. Don't tell me what Muhammad Ali did against George Foreman in Africa. Potato. You're talking about apples and oranges. Simple. KQKC, salute. He said nothing. He didn't break no rule. Okay, sounds good. Man, y'all, M-Stack 85, salute. I better not see near one of y'all. I better not see near one of y'all when it comes to your favorite fighter talking about foul play. I don't want to see near, and I take a mental note. I don't want to see near one of y'all talk about foul play when it comes to your favorite fighter. I don't want to see near one of y'all talk about no foul play when it comes to your favorite fighter. Because this is what I realized, right? And I'm going to say this again. Derrick James had nothing to do with it. I'm not even saying that he used foul play. I'm just saying if Tony Harrison feel like the rules are the rules and the rules are bent or broken, it's up to him. If you can only use a certain type of glove in a fight, for instance, let me ask you a question. Floyd Mayweather said, Floyd Mayweather never fought outside of Vegas, right? And guess what? Guess what? People said, well, he never fought outside of Vegas because of the rules in Vegas that allow him to do certain things and wear certain gloves and use certain wraps. There's certain wraps for certain fights. There's certain gloves for certain. There's all types of rules within the sport of boxing. If Tony Harrison feel like the rules were broken, he felt like the rules were broken. Simple. Tony Harrison stated that, I still should have won. That's my point, boxing critic. Why do all that? What's the point? Because regardless, see, so now you got people, Tony Harrison just sour. Why is he just sour? Why is he just sour? Somebody explain to me why he's just sour. He showed great sportsmanship after the fight. Supreme Beast Boxing Tour. He showed great sportsmanship after the fight. You didn't hear nothing from him up until this point. So why is he sour? No, the people that sound sour is y'all. Because y'all not realistic. Ronald Jones, salute. Were the fighters tested after the fight? Yeah, the fighters was tested after the fight. Antonio Margarito was tested after the fight. What that mean? Farmer John, salute. Simple and plain. Monopoly Inc. Salute. So see, at least I know the mindset, because see, y'all had me fooled to believe that y'all was different from the Joshua fans and the Pacquiao fans. No, y'all do a Torres Shadi salute. What y'all do is the same thing that they do. Simple and plain. Because I know once if Tony Harrison was y'all favorite fighter, man, y'all be all over the place. See, I knew he didn't have that power. I knew he had a second advantage. I knew he had all of this. That's what y'all would be saying. That's exactly what y'all be saying. Oh, see, I knew he ain't had that power. Where that power come from? Just like everybody was saying with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was never proven to do nothing wrong. He passed every single test. He passed. He never failed. Nothing. None of that. Manny Pacquiao never failed the test of none of that. But when it came to him and Floyd, oh, look at his head. His head grew. Oh, look at his power. He carried his power up all these divisions. Oh, he knocking out this person. He didn't even knock out that person. That's what all y'all said. As soon as, oh, see, now he was off of it. Oh, you see, as soon as Floyd shed light to it, Manny Pacquiao got off of it. Charles Mack, salute. Batman Boxing Talk, salute. Oh, Sonny Chiba, salute. Manny Pacquiao, look at his head. As if you had a measuring tape. Oh, look at Manny Pacquiao's head. Did you see how big he got? Look at this person. Look at that person. Oh, remember this? Remember this? Another one. When Marquez knocked out Manny Pacquiao in the second fight? Remember that? When Marquez knocked out Manny Pacquiao in the second fight? Marquez never tested positive for nothing. He was clean, right? But everybody in mom, oh, look at Marquez. He ain't never looked like that on the scale. Look at Marquez. Look at Marquez. Look at his six pack. Look at it. Even when it came to Errol. When it come to Errol, right? Anthony Ingram, salute. When it come to Errol, right? You got people talking about, oh, look at his chest. Look at the vascularity. See, this is how you know he using something wrong. Look at this. Look at this. This is what they say. Oh, look at Errol's chest. Look, he using it. No, I'm not saying that, Johnson Kidney. I don't care what the outcome is. I'm just clearing what I said was this, because Jermell couldn't prove it. My title. Salute to my brother BFTV Boxer in the super chat once again. We all have opinions on this, but the ones that matter are Tony and Charlo. I don't agree with this bottle stuff, but I'm not in the ring. Exactly, kid. That's my point. Who are we to salute to Arturo Shadi in the super chat? Respect Blue in chat. Who are we to tell Jermell, to tell Tony Harrison, just take the L and go with it and stop being a sore loser? What? If you get into a bare knuckle fight with somebody and they use a bat and you realize, hold on, man, this dude had brass knuckles on him. I ain't even see it. And then people be like, oh man, come on, man. It was the glare from the pictures, from the flash. Oh, it was the glare from the sun. Oh, it was this. Man, just take it and move on with it. Because it's your favorite fighter. So now you're just supposed to take it and move on with it. Oh, just take it and move on with it. Well, why? Right, that's right. He did knock him down before the water. That's what I'm saying. I never said that Jermell was guilty or not. What I said was it would be a cloud over his career because it's not proven, and because I don't care about these other fighters. I care about Jermell and Jermall Charlo. I care about Tony Harrison. And let me rephrase that. I do care about all of the fighters. But what I'm saying is, right, when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, You understand? We not afforded to have these hiccups. We don't get passes. We don't get passes. So any little thing that pops up with us, it's going to stick. It's going to stick. That's what I'm talking about. So if Tony Harrison is saying he switched the bottle in the 4th round and then in the 6th round and this, and he feel, because unfortunately we dominate the sport of boxing and we get told otherwise. Jupiter B salute, Big Dog Monster salute. We dominate the sport of boxing and we get told otherwise. We got 250 people here. Why we can't get 250 likes? Salute to my brother Nino Brown, boxing in the super chat. Blue, you're 100% right. When it's against someone's favorite fighter, all the theories come out. The rules are the rules. Exactly. Salute to my brother in the super chat. And so this is what I'm saying, right? We can't have no hiccups. And I don't believe that you see what's going to happen here is this. This is what's going to happen. Jermell Charlo is not going to be awarded the same pass as Canelo Alvarez. And Canelo Alvarez has been proven to be wrong. But he's going to get a pass for doing something unknowingly. Jermell Charlo is not going to get that pass. And unfortunately, because we dominate the sport, and this is my last thing, I'm going to get out of here because I know Trail coming on. And this is my, we dominate the sport. Salute to Big Bull in the super chat. He said, Harrison said on Boxing Voice he made up the part about the clear bottle. It's in his first sentence. He waited on the answer, and it's speculation. Nobody can find the rule, the California rule book. Okay, cool. Regardless of the fact, this is what I'm saying. The rules are the rules, right? And unfortunately for us, we are not awarded passes. Salute the Mosquito, right? Canelo Alvarez is going to get a pass. And unfortunately for us, because we dominate the sport, right? We dominate the sport, right? So what happens is we have to cross paths with one another at some point in time and compete against each other because we dominate the sport, right? So you get you're gonna have to get Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. You're gonna have to get Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford. You're gonna have to get Jermell, Tony, J-Rock, Herb, because we dominate the sport. It's the only difference is Rosario. It's Herb, Charlo, Harrison, Truck, Ammo. They have to cross each other. Ernest Martinez Jr. Salute. Unfortunately, because we dominate the sport. You understand? So Canelo, how often is Canelo going to pass, cross paths with his own culture? Came to win, salute. How often? And Canelo was awarded to be able to say, Devin Blocker, salute. Canelo gets a pass for saying stuff like, I'll never fight another Mexican fighter. Jermell can't say that. Salute to my brother Corey Lee Boxer in the super chat. He says, salute, Blue, big ups, great work. Salute to you, my brother. You understand? So now it just magnified his fight. A great fight from Jermell Charlo. And I'm not saying he was guilty, because I don't think he was. I don't think he rolls like that. That's not him. That's not how he operates. At least I don't believe so. I don't feel that in my gut. I don't feel that in my soul. So I think that this dude is a great fighter. What my point was, any little thing that we do is always going to be magnified. Because we don't get passes. So every little pothole we fall in, gets magnified. Nobody else's situation gets magnified. Simple and plain. So my point in my video that I made when I'm saying that this is going to hang over his head, the rebuttal said yesterday it sounded like you did. No, it didn't yesterday because I ain't do a live yesterday and you ain't listened to the video. Now, how about that? So how did yesterday sound like I did? No, I clearly said that this unfortunately is hard to prove. You can't prove it. So he can't prove his innocence, is what I said. So where did you get yesterday? I said that he was guilty. Please explain to me in that video when I said he was guilty. Tell me at what point, give us the number, give us the time, give us the slot that I said Jermell Charlo was guilty. Now give it to us. Jupiter B, salute. What do you mean rules are rules? There's no rule if Tony made it up. Charlo did nothing to magnify it. I've seen many Gatorade bottles. Okay, cool. 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 He's saying, so now he's saying, Jupiter B is saying, Charlo, he made it up. Okay, cool. The point is, prior to that, he said that it was a rule in the rule book. So now if he come out and he say he made it up, he made it up. The point being is, it was put in the universe. I didn't make it up. He did. He's the one that's the fighter. Period. Right, Rico Foster. I said it's going to hang over his head because unfortunately, you can't prove the opposite. Okay? So it's just like somebody being accused of a crime that they didn't commit, right? You're always going to be, that's always going to follow you. Do y'all not understand what I'm talking about? Regardless if there's people that's proven innocent of crimes that they committed, and that still follows them everywhere they go. Especially if you don't have the protection if you don't have the complexion for the protection. This is what I'm saying. So because people don't have Jay White, who rules, salute. Ricky Williams, salute. So because people don't get it. So let's say Tony Harrison did come out and say that. My point in saying this is that these accusations hangs a cloud over Jermell's head. I guarantee you, his next fight, at some point in time, quote unquote mainstream media is going to bring this up. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. At some point in time, in his very next fight, this is going to come up. Jupiter B, you don't get it. He said, Blue, yes, it's Charlo's fault, though. It's not Charlo's fault. We already know it's not Charlo's fault. If you listen to what I'm saying, then you will understand it. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's not his fault. I said, unfortunately, because this accident and he put that out there, so now you got people digging this, or like you said, or it's not in the rule book, or it's not this and not that. It shed light to a situation that not needed to be there. Period. So what I'm saying is this: when this situation, Farmer John said, who puts water in the Gatorade bottle? Hold on, I gotta stop you, Farmer John, because I do. When my kids play football, baseball, they play sports, I put water in their Gatorade, and I got the same water Gatorade bottles. Salute to my brother BFTB Box in the Super Chat. Legend, you're on. The large picture, many are not thinking like that. We're thinking too small. Charlo will have his stain on them for nothing now. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, my brother. That's what I was getting at. And if everybody listened to the video and didn't just look at the title, people looked at the title, didn't listen to the video in its entirety, and just said, oh man, Blue made a video talking about he guilty. I ain't never said he was guilty. Never. B-Man 910, salute. I never said he was guilty at not one point. And not one time did I say he was guilty. Not one time. I never said he was guilty. And I said that I don't think that that's his MO. And I said that I think he won fair and square. But that was missed in the video. Right. And like he said, they were given 24 bottles of cases of water, containers of water in each corner. So think about this, right? If it's now, let me ask you a question. Think about this. Napoleon Armstrong, salute. If they now everybody use different types of water, but if they why would the boxing commission, and they do this in other sports, but they afford you this water, they give you the water, right? Lou Hayden, my brother, salute. They give you the water. Why would you bring your own water bottle then? So see, this is what I'm talking about. It makes people start to think. He said to squeeze the water. See, no, that don't work. That sounds good, but what you do is see that's thinking on a lower level. Because here that sounds good. Oh, it's easier. It's easier for me with football. But guess what? You take a water bottle. Majority of the boxers take a water bottle and they poke a hole in the top of the water bottle. They poke a hole in the top and it still squirts. They chase the coin, salute. You take a water bottle, a Poland Spring bottle. I've done it before. You could take a screwdriver. You could take a knife. You could take whatever you so choose. Poke a hole in the top, and it works the same way. I play sports. So what I'm saying is this: I believe he's clean, but it raises question. Why? Clifford Feeder, salute. He said they had Charlo tears from first fight in there. They had Charlo tears from. He's saying they had Jermell Charlo's tears from the first fight in the bottle. Adrian Foe, salute. Jason Clay, salute. Dominic Miller, salute. And see, a lot of people laughed at Jermell Charlo for, listen, we got 250 people. Why I can't get 250 likes? Somebody explain that to me, man. DeMarjo Vanderpool Bryant, salute. Napoleon Armstrong, salute. Why I don't got 250 likes, man? Why? Why? The Real 6 Team 6 Production, salute. Why we don't have 250 likes? So let's talk about this, right? So this is the last thing I'm getting up off here. I don't think Jermell Charlo used any unfair advantages. I think he's clean. I think he's a clean athlete. I think he's one of my favorite athletes. I love his approach to the sport of boxing. I love what he brings to the sport of boxing. What I'm saying is and if people misunderstand what I'm saying, then I don't know what to tell you. New caddy, salute. You got to get on my level. Get on my level. What? Get on my level. What? Get on my level. What? Get on my level. So here's the thing, right? We are not awarded, and because we have to cross paths with one another, unfortunately, it turns into an us against us situation. But when you look at number one streetwear, salute. But if you look at it, right? Do you see this situation happening with Canelo? Margarito came back, right? Even when it's Canelo, it still follows him to a degree. Still, Malik Omar, salute. Now I don't think he gets the. I don't think it was enough. He get a pass. Dante Bowie, salute. So I want to see Tony Harrison versus Erickson Lubin. What I'm saying is Tony Harrison is putting it out there and making a case. And so people was already talking about stripping him, awarding Tony Harrison back his title. You understand where I'm coming with this? So what I'm saying, if this wasn't in the rule book, or if this was in the rule book, then you needed to follow it. That's all I'm saying. Because now it's going to forever be over his head, unfortunately. Every fight, they're gonna bring it up. Was he using this or was it unfair? And you see, people was bringing up past fights immediately that came up. Immediately, Panama Lewis, all of that came up immediately because we don't get a pass. He don't get a pass. That's where I was coming from. If you ain't understand where I was coming from, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. But I think Everson Lubin and Tony Harrison should fight, and I want to see Jermell Charlo versus Rosario, or Jermell Charlo versus Julian J. Rock Williams, because Julian J. Rock Williams seemed to be on the verge of activating that rematch clause. So I want to see that with Rosario. I think he can beat Rosario, and then I want to see Julian J. Rock Williams, Jermell Charlo. Period. Aaron Jones, salute. I don't like to see trilogies. I don't want to see a trilogy. Aaron Jones, salute. I don't want to see a trilogy with Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo. Great fights, 2 fights. I thought Jermell won the first fight, and he clearly won the second fight. Tex Rock, salute. I thought he won the first fight, and he knocked him out in the second fight. Sir David, salute. So there's no need for me, in my opinion, in my eyes, I don't want to see Jermell Charlo and Tony Harrison 3. That's another issue I had with this. Don't give these dudes no excuses. Don't give them nothing, man. And it's unfortunate that we got to walk this straight line, but that's the cards we dealt being born here, man. That's the cards that we dealt. So I know we want equality, and we want to be judged the same and perceived the same, but it don't happen that way. Stop asking people for to give us something that they created for them. Let's create our own narrative. Ty Smith, salute. 2020 Vision, salute. That's what I'm getting at, man. Unfortunately, when we playing somebody else's game, we got to follow their rules. That's what we got to do. You understand? We showcasing our talents in on their platform. That's what we doing. Mr. Shogun L, salute. He said, I don't agree Charlo lost the first fight. That's your opinion. Who am I to knock you? I thought he won. I'm just telling you what I thought. D'Amico Miller, salute. D'Amico Miller. I hope I said that right, man. Y'all know I can't read that well. Smash the like button. Get them likes to 250, man. I want to see Lubin and Tony Harrison. And this is no slight against Tony Harrison. I just thought Jermell was the better fighter the first fight. I thought he won. And knockout, erase all doubt. The second fight. Final Punch Boxing channel, salute. WC Commission doesn't. So that's all I'm saying. Vincent Theme, salute. Keep doing what you're doing, Blue. You do a hell of a job, man. Peace and blessings to you. Peace and blessings, King. I appreciate you 1,000%. Thomas Moreland, salute. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Let me get up off here, man. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes of 250, man. Go over to Trail by Store. I just went all the way over my time. I just saw the comments and all that, and I just wanted to get that out there early this morning, man. So salute to y'all, man. Salute to all my peoples, man. Smash the like button. Do me a favor, get the likes to 250. Malik Omar, salute. Salute to all my peoples. Peace and blessings to the Queen, Michelle Bouchard, Grand Rising to your Queen. Ladarian Austin, salute. Bernard Burton, salute. Jason Clay, salute. Mr. Shogun L, salute. And let me say this, man, to all the people out there that took what I was saying and they took it wrong, right? Listen, I apologize for whatever I was saying that you didn't understand. If you didn't understand where I was coming from, I just wanted to clarify that. John Anthony, salute. If Jermell Charlo saw this and he didn't understand where I was coming from, this is where I was coming from. So I wanted to clarify that for my peopleizations, man. I want to make it very clear for y'all where I was coming from. So that's why I did this early in the morning. Y'all know I don't even do the early morning streams no more. I haven't even gone live in like 2 weeks. So I just wanted to clarify that. So Jermell and Jamal looking at this, his people, his team, that's where I was coming from. And the fans, that's his, that's where I was coming from. That's why I was trying to clarify and let y'all know where I'm coming from, man. Just, it is what it is, man. We don't get I'm not apologizing. What I'm doing is clearing it up. I was just clearing it up, man. You understand what I'm saying? Explaining, because sometimes explanation is needed sometimes. So I'm just explaining. You understand? We don't get a pass. We got to walk a straight line. And unfortunately, in this situation, it's not. Is an us situation. Should I put it that way? You know what I'm saying? Don Dada, salute. Lamar Davis, salute. Smash the like button, get the likes 250. Go over to my brother Trail Boxing Talk. Check out my brother Black Fight Fan TV and the General 7-8 Sports TV, man. Go over and check them out, man. Salute to y'all. Napoleon Armstrong, salute. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, man. All one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to new media, man. Shouts out to Black Media Row, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Salute to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to new media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Blue, man, bringing y'all some quick info, man. I had to drop that now to join you. You understand me? You understands me? Salute to y'all, man. Get them likes up to 250, man. Go over to Trail Boxing Talk. Peace, B-Man 910, my brother. Salute to y'all, man. I be missing y'all, man, you know what I'm saying? But I be having a lot going on, so I apologize to y'all, man. I apologize to my brother Kurt Anderson, a.k.a. Kurt Sugar, a.k.a. The Historian, a.k.a. my co-host, a.k.a. my brother. He called and checked up on me, man. Got some things going on, so that's why, you know, I haven't been live in the evening, man. But we're going to start getting it back. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Blue. I'm signing off. Go over to Trail Boxing Talk. Check him out, man. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Blue.